All right, everybody, we're going to get started. And MeBeBot, we are focused on we are the digital front door to really drive that new employee experience that you all are looking for. Our whole world of work has changed rapidly over the last few years. We're working remote, hybrid, in office. And frankly, today, a lot of companies waste unnecessary time and money because of unproductive time. Many employees are spending hours per day looking for answers to their questions that may be in different types of systems that are hard to access. Meanwhile, if you are utilizing ticketing systems, you all probably know the process of responding to employees' needs is very manual and time-consuming. And frankly, employees then have to wait to get that response to their question. And it's not even just the help desks that are also, problematic. There's issues of individuals being tasked to respond to employees manually, as well as, inboxes that might be used for different departments. And then, of course, we live in this world right now where employees are consumers and they're used to using consumer-like tools where they're able to get quick answers to questions, especially leveraging tools like Siri and Alexa and other devices. And so they really demand that of the business as well. And so I know many of us are in this mode where we know that employees have questions and we want to give them that instant gratification that they're looking for. And so that's where MeBeBot comes in, as we're the digital front door that really helps your employees. It gives them a singular place to go to get quick answers to their questions from HR, IT, payroll, facilities, benefits, you name it. We're here to help. And the idea is that you all gain much more productive time back into your days because you're able to focus on more strategic work for the business. And you're able to really help your employees, get what they're looking for quickly. We're perfect for companies that are in that mode of global workforces that are working hybrid. You want to provide more 24/7 support for your employees. The best part about our solution, I think, is that it's easy to configure. And that's one of the things I hope you leave here today, is how easy it is to get MeBeBot set up and launched, even though it is a powerful AI engine that really allows you to do so much, meaning you can gather feedback from your employees, you can push communications, and you can see valuable usage data with our people analytics dashboard. Another big aspect of MeBeBot is its low maintenance, meaning individual business users are able to manage MeBeBot. You can edit content whenever you need it. And we have a unique crowdsourced approach to training the AI data model that we use so that the accuracy of answers is provided to employees, because we rely on providing a trusted solution to employees to help them get their answers when they need it. And all in all, we're really excited to bring a solution, to our customers and to the market that really drives employee experience. We're all striving to retain top talent, to keep people engaged. And it's really been a hard couple years for everyone. And so why not use some solutions that really drive this positive employee experience for your workforce? So what I'm going to do now, I know we have a quick 30 minutes and we're already 5 minutes into it. I'm going to give you a demo of how MeBeBot works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how employees interact with MeBeBot. So there's 2 different ways that employees could utilize MeBeBot, or frankly 3. We have an app that installs inside Slack. We also have an app that's installed inside Microsoft Teams, and we have a web-based app as well. So the goal is wherever your employees are, we're there to help support their needs. They can use MeBeBot on their mobile devices. If they have Slack and Teams on their mobile device, you can actually talk into MeBeBot and use the voice activation as well as typing. And I'll show you how MeBeBot works in both Slack and Teams. And by the way, we're also approved solutions with both those ecosystems, and we're SOC 2 certified. So we're enterprise ready, here to help organizations as they grow and expand. We're also here to help organizations that are looking to create operational efficiencies. And we do that through our customer admin portal. So this is the piece of the product that I believe is where the magic happens. It's where our curated content of library is easy to edit and update so that you're able to get quick answers to your employees and dynamically be able to update and change those answers as information changes within your business. Because the one thing the last couple of years have taught us is nothing's ever the same anymore. So you have to have solutions that really support the world of change agility with inside businesses. And that's what MeBeBot is here to do. So I'll show you how easy it is to launch MeBeBot and control the content the employees receive. And then I'll also share with you a dashboard of valuable usage data and insights so that you can learn a little bit more about your people. Because at the end of the day, we're all here to support our employees to make work more meaningful and to give them a positive experience working with the organization. So far, so good. And I'll go ahead and get started here. All right. So I bet there's a handful of folks out there that use Slack. So if you're a Slack user or a Teams user, feel free to add it into the chat so we know which type of solution your workplace is utilizing. And so this is how MeBeBot looks with inside Slack. So we are an app. We are installed in about 5 minutes. Again, we're enterprise certified. So your IT team will install MeBeBot inside your Slack workspace. And once you're here, you can ask questions like, when do we get paid, for example? So employees may ask that basic question. They're just looking for an idea of the payroll schedule. How often are we paid? So every company has a different process of how they do payroll. And some companies are paying people bi-weekly, monthly, semi-monthly. And so you're able to control the edit the answer to the question that your employees are going to receive that really describes the pay process. You can also add links in to a document that may live in your company intranet or in a shared drive to give them more information about a payroll calendar, for example, to help kind of support their interests. And we have also the ability to serve up related topics. So we can serve up other information about maybe, that an employee might be looking for. So for example, if they're looking about when they get paid, perhaps they need to set up direct deposit. And so we're able to actually deliver an answer to an employee that allows them to get specific information on how they go through that process or any other types of process that they may have. And not only does MeBeBot answer payroll questions, HR questions, you can answer IT questions like, what is the guest Wi-Fi password? I don't know how many of you have had that experience when you're at the office and you're not quite sure what the guest Wi-Fi process is, and you have information that's delivered. And I see that this answer was incorrect. So I can go ahead and say, no, this was not helpful. And I can actually escalate that issue to a ticketing system. So that's one way it works with inside Slack. When I go into Microsoft Teams, I can also see the ability to ask questions here. I can ask questions like, how do I get a new insurance card, for example? And again, that's a medical question. Many of us have gone through changes in the benefits process during this new year, and you may need access to a new insurance card. So not only can we give the ability for the employee to get an answer to that question, but they can also link to the United Healthcare website. If that's your carrier, they can look at more information about the medical plan, for example. And again, they can rate the quality of the answer if they want more information. We can ask another question like, how do I use the VPN, for example? I mean, that's a great example of a question that employees ask, especially in the world of more security within companies. And so they can get an answer about the VPN, which may be a document that they need to reference again on the shared drive. It can serve up information for IT, and it can also ask, or again, serve up related topics. And again, give the ability for the employee to rate the quality of the answer. Now, all the magic happens behind the scenes here in MeBeBot's customer admin portal. And so this is the piece of the product that allows employees to, it's really where you all as business users would have access to this. So I'm assuming some of the folks on this call are part of operations, HR, payroll, IT, internal communications. You are users within MeBeBot. You would log into this portal. Immediately, you can see a dashboard of data. And so you can see the types of questions or how many questions employees have asked by a particular day of the week. You can see we have a solution that supports employees across the globe. And so you can see that we have employees in many different countries utilizing MeBeBot. And then also the types of questions employees ask. So you can see the categories of questions of content MeBeBot has, and then you can really drill into the types of questions that they're asking, either through the dashboard, or you can actually export a report as a CSV file and import it into a different system of record if you have business intelligence tools or you're looking to utilize this data elsewhere. The other fun aspect of MeBeBot is that we have, again, a curated knowledge base of content, and the goal is to help our customers get started very quickly to be able to launch MeBeBot within weeks' time. And we have a customer on our call today to describe the process that her company went through launching MeBeBot. And I want to make sure we leave time for her. But when we have the IGT team, and that's where Kristina is at, they were able to launch MeBeBot in 6 weeks to 10,000 employees in over 30 countries. And how they did that is they were able to go in here and simply fill out what we call the placeholder values. So these are attributes that make your business unique. So for example, in the US, we have lots of different benefits that are unique to the US. So if I am, for example, the benefits administrator for the US, I would have the ability to come in here and populate answers to placeholder values. Again, things like who's your 401k provider, its fidelity, what are the limits on your spend for dental plans, etc. And so once you have these placeholder values completed, they actually flow into the default answers that MeBeBot has provided. So there's a huge amount of buzz about ChatGPT these days. I like to call MeBeBot ChatGPT before it existed. So we've actually created this curated library of content that gives you those default types of answers to questions that employees ask with inside business. And it's enterprise grade, whereas ChatGPT is really built for consumers. This is built on the concept of your content that you deliver to your employees needs to be secure. And yes, your answers are unique. However, there's a lot of other companies that have 401k plans. There's other companies that have dental plans. And so if I'm a company and I'm setting up MeBeBot like IGT, we have a default answer for what we indicate as basic services for dental. When placeholder values are filled out for dental insurance providers, etc., they'll flow into the answer, and essentially you're about 90% there, ready to launch MeBeBot. So you've got your answer to the question. We've helped you out by giving you a default type of answer that our other customers are leveraging across the globe for this type of common employee question. And you can see we have content in all these different varieties of area, from diversity, equity, inclusion, facilities, finance, general questions such as, company values and goals. We have IT content within inside MeBeBot, 350 questions and answers within MeBeBot to essentially give you a solution. At times I've called us a bot in a box that is a no-code, low-code solution that allows you to launch this very quickly to your employees. Again, we know that the world of work is different, where in Canada, for example, they have different types of policies. Their benefits may be different. Their payroll schedule may be different, and so may be their holidays. So our customers are able to uniquely edit answers to the questions based on the country that someone lives in. So MeBeBot can determine which country the employee lives in and deliver that specific answer to fit their needs. I know I'm going through fast, but I just have 2 more features to share, and then we're going to turn it over to Kristina and have her share her story. So push messaging is a fun aspect of MeBeBot. It's a way to have internal communications delivered very quickly to your employees that can be targeted by uploading a CSV file, or we can read various distribution groups or Slack groups so that you can send out a message, such as a message I sent out this morning about nominating people for employee appreciations during our next company meeting. And when that message is sent, you can see that message is sent over here and received by MeBeBot at 11 a.m. I, as a business user or employee, received MeBeBot's push messaging right here. So it opens up a whole new communication channel. Simultaneously, we have pulse surveys, which allows you to be able to set up a quick survey, and it can be employee satisfaction oriented. It can be geared for, just an event, for example, like we're interested in having a virtual happy hour at MeBeBot, but yet we want to know what time and date would work best for people. So today we sent out a pulse survey, and our team responded to the survey request, and here's how they shared their feedback. The great thing about pulse surveys is the customers we have that leverage pulse surveys often, they see 70% or greater responses within usually the first 4 hours of that pulse survey being sent out. And why? Because it's so easy to access. An employee gets a message here again in MeBeBot in Teams, which can be pinned here, for them to choose a date and time of what would work best for them for the virtual happy hour. They make that selection and their vote is received and completes the pulse survey process. So that's a fast overview of a demo. I know for those of you who want to dig in and see more, please, we'll share some information at the end. Feel free to set up a time and we'll schedule a longer demo, but I definitely want to allow time for Kristina to introduce herself and tell you all about her story and IGT's story.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kristina Juskaite, and I'm from IGT. I'm based out of here, Providence, Rhode Island. And IGT is a global gaming and lottery leader. So if you go to casinos to play slot machines, so if you buy tickets or scratch tickets, yay, that's good. That's what we do. We operate in over 50 countries globally, and we have about 11,000 employees. So why we even went with MeBeBot and why did we need to have it? We do have shared services in HR shared services in IGT, and we provide a tiered services solution. So the goal is that employees can find answers to their questions via self-service, and we have some tools in place to do that. We have the case management solution, we have knowledge base, we have phone, we have live chat, but we needed more instant gratification for employees. So we tried to build something in-house. And for the most frequent questions, I think for 2 questions, it took us about 3 months to build it internally. And then voila, we met MeBeBot and we started talking and talk about really bot in a box. So we were able to go to implement MeBeBot in 6 weeks. We did not need IT, we did not need HRIS team. We trained our team, we divided and conquered, and we said, if you know benefits, you focus on benefits questions, the placeholders, the questions, and you build it that way. We had shared services globally, so we said, okay, shared service team in, let's say, EMEA region or APAC, that's, you build your answers there. And so, yes, we were able to launch it in 6 weeks' time. The slide here says in the first months, 700 questions, over 700 questions were answered.
Well, that's actually enabled.
Sorry, yeah, 2,000 questions were answered. As of today, we have over 2,000 unique users that are repeat customers, and they come back, and then it's nice to see at the dashboard where each Monday when we see new employees, so when we send some push messages, that the number of unique users is going up. So it's really easy to use. It's really easy to maintain. Let's say we have open enrollment. We know what material we're going to post, so we can schedule actually the answer that it's there. Or if an announcement goes out about a new product or a new benefit or some changes even within IT, we're able to go in and update MeBeBot question, and it's right there. It's, you know, our employees love it. And really we noticed more engagement. We noticed that the number of cases via case management tool is also getting reduced. So this is fascinating.
Oops. Sorry, Kristina. Yeah, no, you guys are doing fabulous with it. They've had a huge success, and I think what's been awesome is it's been a true team effort. They have a good group that have been working on it together collectively, and loving that they're utilizing the push messaging, because again, the push messages received in Teams for IGT, that's how they utilize MeBeBot. And so it keeps MeBeBot front of mind for employees, and again, continues to provide that 24/7 support for their people that are in so many different countries, right, Kristina?
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, we you know, we have employees in over 50 countries, but you know, we made a decision that if it's less than 10, that we're not going to have country specific answers, but at least they can still see, even if they are in other countries outside those 30, they can see global answers. And
Excellent. Excellent. Bennett, are there some questions for Kristina out there?
Mute. Yeah, there are a couple questions that have come in. So definitely, let's start with the question that Ariel presented. She was very curious she was curious to understand, you know, does MeBeBot only utilize the information we feed it through the dashboard to answer questions? Her concerns, or some like concerns that she's heard, is around AI and its ability to determine where it's gained its knowledge and why it is responding that way. And so she wants to understand. She also saw inside of MeBeBot that we're citing sources, and will it do that consistently? So just kind of understanding the ethics of how the AI is being trained and how is it learning about the answers and the questions.
Yeah, that's a great question, Ariel. And just to be clear, I know there, again, a lot of buzz with, you know, the different types of generative AI systems out there on the market today, or just in the world. And the difference with MeBeBot is that the content that you all put into this part of MeBeBot is what employees receive. So what's unique about MeBeBot is we've already trained MeBeBot to understand all the different ways employees ask questions. For example, when people are looking to make changes to their health insurance, for example, they may ask questions, you know, how do I change my benefits? When can I add a family member to my policies? All the different types of ways employees ask questions, those are called utterances. And so we've already trained MeBeBot to understand all the different ways that employees ask these types of questions from across the globe, so that when they ask that question, they will uniquely be delivered this particular response. It does not change. So it's not just on demand changing the content. You curate it, you put in whatever reference links you want. And that's why we are an enterprise grade solution, because this is behind the firewall within companies. You do not want a commercially available generative AI bot to do this type of work, because this is content that should remain within inside your business. And so again, it's crowdsourcing just the customers that are using MeBeBot's utterances, or the questions those employees are asking, against the content library. And that's what delivers your employees, your specific company's answer. So every one of our customers has a unique, what we call tenant of the product, that delivers that they're able to edit, like Kristina was able to do. And, maybe Kristina, you have some other things to add to that, because I know over time you've updated and changed some of your content inside your solution.
We did. So the knowledge base that we have, it requires the employee to go and search for an answer, and then, might be placed in different categories, that type of topic. So what we do, we provide really short to the point answer. Let's say, what are FSA benefits, right? And when we can just bullet, but to find more, go to a knowledge base and we link and we embed the link. Another nice thing is, like, even if we don't think in the way that we build the answers, when employees ask, we see on the feedback, let's say they ask question in a certain way, and then they said the answer that they received from MeBeBot was not helpful. It's a hint for us that, oh, maybe we need to enable this question, or maybe we need to answer in such a way that our employees can connect with it appropriately.
That's right. And today, Kristina, I believe your team is at about 93% accuracy of answers to their employees. And frankly, I think you were at about 85% accuracy or greater when you launched, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. And it is a team effort, meaning Kristina is our point person at IGT that helps ensure that we work together to make sure that if the content needs to be edited on their end, they're able to do that. And then we apply at MeBeBot the machine learning when it's appropriate as well. So it's, we work very together on it, but I do think it isn't, how much time do you spend a week would you say, on MeBeBot, Kristina, at this point?
No more than an hour, really. No more than that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's designed to be a low maintenance solution for the future. So Bennett, are there any other questions? Because I know we're getting close on time.
Yeah, we have a couple more questions that came in. One has to do with multiple languages. So wanted to understand how, can the same question be answered across multiple languages? And then we have another one about segmentation of questions and answers. So.
Okay, well, the multilingual bot is what we call it. MeBeBot is in the process of adding different languages to MeBeBot. Today, MeBeBot, employees ask questions in English and the answer is delivered in English. However, this year we have on our product roadmap to launch both Spanish and Italian as the next two languages we tackle, and many more to come. So that's where we are on languages. And then, I'm sorry, Bennett, the second question?
The second question, can you segment the questions and answers by various departments within an organization? Or is it a separate knowledge base? How does that? That's a great question. So we have this whole ability to do user management, where an employee or a team member that's participating in MeBeBot on a portal side, they're able to come in and you're able to give them specific permissions. For example, Kristina is considered a super admin, so she has access to everything. However, if I have someone who I want to call a portal user, and they're my guru, and they really know all and everything around Canada, so they become and have the permissions to edit any type of content that's within the Canada knowledge base. So we're able to get users down to a very focused level so that they can really manage what they're responsible for and what they're a subject matter expert over. Right. And one last question, primarily for Kristina, to understand, how did you launch what was your program or campaign to launch MeBeBot to all your employees?
Okay, sure. We have a company intranet. So we had a big tile and a short video and description of what MeBeBot is about. So we kind of built the excitement that way, but we also had internal communications and emails sent out. So so it was internal message. We used the company intranet. And then for any new employees that came on board, we built it in new hire orientation. And we also, in the welcome to IGT email, that, for new employee, this is how you enroll in benefits, this and that, this is how you do payroll. But by the way, if you have any HR operational questions, IT questions, go to your friendly MeBeBot. and
There we go.
we'll answer anything that you need.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think the IGT team did a great job. They really partnered with their internal comms team, and they had a whole fun campaign they did. So,
Yeah.
and we also provide what we call a kit, a marketing kit,
Yes.
to all of our customers, so that if you want to leverage some of our little videos and, you know, introductory email content, et cetera, to get and drive adoption and usage of MeBeBot. We really see customers who have been with us for anywhere from 6 months to a year. Many times they're getting as much as 50% to 75% of all employees are using MeBeBot on a regular basis when they talk about it at company meetings, when they're leveraging push messaging, pulse survey, reminding, you know, new hires about MeBeBot being their best new friend when they start their job, because no one knows where anything is when you're a brand new employee. So those are some great ways to really drive overall adoption.
Yeah.
Anything else, Bennett, or should I just wrap up here? Because I
There's
know we're at the
there's
top of
two
the hour.
remaining questions. They're
Okay.
pretty. So one of them has to do with understanding how all the transactions or the conversations are they recorded, you know, in terms of an audit process. And then, so that's the first. And then there's one last remaining about, you know, for both Teams and Slack, what does the implementation experience look like?
Yeah. So the how, you know, the recording of the conversation with the bot, it's not recorded. And of course, if an employee is using MeBeBot in their Slack or Teams, they can scroll up and see a previous, you know, chat that they had with MeBeBot. What is recorded essentially is in that customer portal, as Kristina was mentioning, she's able to see a tab called feedback. So if employees, you know, provide feedback to an answer that's frankly not helpful, it will be available to every business user that has that permission within our customers to kind of see how an employee was asking a question so that they can better the answer to the question. So that feedback loop is there. And so if, you know, that's the main purpose of, like, you know, understanding what employees are looking for. And then of course, the dashboard contains the aggregated data, meaning all the data that across the business, how employees are asking questions, when they're asking questions, all that information is, and what they're asking about, that's all available on the dashboard. The install for Slack and Teams is literally 5 minutes. It's, you know, we talk to the IT team and they just have to authorize MeBeBot to be installed in either the Slack or the Teams workspace.
But Beth, I think the question was, in fact, can you do one installation for both and use the same question set? So if two parts of your organization, one uses Slack, one uses Team, do I only have to update information once?
I love that, because we have helped several companies go through mergers and acquisitions where they're bringing in another group that had Slack and they have Teams. And yes, you can use that same knowledge base of content to curate and edit answers to questions, and anyone in Slack or Teams, and we have a web chat too, would receive the same response. And uniquely with one of our customers, they had several acquisitions happening, and we were able to talk to, and we still do talk to 5 separate Slack workspaces at the same time. Any other? Pardon me?
That's it.
Okay, great. Well, everybody, thanks for being here. I just wanted to kind of highlight, you know, key differentiators of MeBeBot is that really we want a solution that's easy for you all to launch and get in front of your employees. We provide it in a way that's easy to edit content, but we want to take it further than just supporting employees' questions. We want to communicate to them and gather feedback. And that's why we have push messaging and pulse surveys. And then the data, I think Kristina can even say after a while, the data is very addictive. You know, it's the first time you can see in a very quick place how, you know, what kinds of questions people are asking about, how are they asking these questions, and from what country or location, et cetera. So, and I know Kristina uses the data quite a bit. But again, MeBeBot's all about the employee experience. We want to enable, enrich, and empower and engage with employees. It's all part of the digital front door to really driving that employee experience. And we'd love to hear from you all. So I know this was very quick. So, great opportunity to get a first little taste of MeBeBot. We'd love to have another conversation with you all. We'd love to learn how you're handling, employee support questions today. If you are spending more than 1 hour a day manually responding to questions, or, frankly, even 15 minutes, it's too much time. And MeBeBot has a strong ROI value to time savings. And just learning more about how you communicate to employees and gather feedback. We have some amazing customers, and we're very proud to say that we've had 100% renewals of every customer contract. And it's because we believe we provide value in a solution that they don't want to do without once they start working with MeBeBot. Any other questions?